This is Ryan Hoff with your AIC Legislative Minute for February 23rd, 2023, brought to you by BakerTilly. The General Assembly has now reached and passed the first committee deadline of session, with an eye towards deadline for bills to pass out of their chamber of origin. This, of course, brings a flurry of activity to get bills moving and amendments to make sure there is enough support to move the bill through the process. Here are a couple of highlights on bills of county interest. House Bill 1334 passed the House yesterday by a vote of 64 to 28. This bill originally required a voter to provide either their driver's license or identification card number and the last four digits of their social security number when applying for an absentee ballot application. The bill has been amended to address clerks' concerns regarding having to match both driver's license or ID card number and the last four digits of their social security number, since the clerks do not have both those numbers on file in the voter registration system. The amended bill now requests that a voter include one of the numbers mentioned above, or a photocopy of the driver's license or identification card. The amendment also states that clerks are only required to match numbers on one of those documents. Further amendments were adopted into the bill that remove the restriction on highlighting or marking absentee ballot applications and remove the restriction that an individual may only request an application for themselves. The bill is now eligible for Senate consideration. House Bill 1085 would reform redevelopment commissions and require pass-through revenue from tax increment finance areas. The bill was significantly amended from a previous version that would have placed a school board member on the RDC and require pass-through revenues to schools. However, the bill does change RDC makeup. For county RDCs, the commissioners and council would have equal appointment authority, and a mandatory pass-through for police and fire service would be required. The bill would also allow expenditure of TIF revenues outside the allocation area if revenues meet a 200% threshold. This bill has generated a lot of discussion in the State House and is eligible for a final vote in the House of Representatives before the deadline for consideration on Monday. Senate Bill 4, which would structure the optional expansion of public health services, was amended to provide that the State Budget Committee would have greater oversight of the enhanced state funds and specifically state that this legislation does not authorize any greater authority by the state over operations of the local health department. This bill is eligible for final consideration by the Senate before their deadline for action, which arrives Tuesday. As we proceed to the second half of session, please be sure to continue discussing legislation important to you with your legislators. From the state budget and public health spending to property tax relief, TIF financing, property tax exemptions, tax sales, elections, and road funding, there are many issues moving through the State House that impact counties, and we need your support to make sure county interests are well considered when legislators cast their votes. This has been your AIC Legislative Minute, brought to you by BakerTilly.